What's up, everybody? What's going on, the beast? How y'all doing? See if we can't get some game going here. Alright, so I want to do Royal Gardens today, but I want to try something a little different. I want to try a very aura-focused build. Am I on Insane? Yeah, I'm on Insane. So it's going to be a very aura-centric build here, and we're going to have to see how it holds up. Now, obviously, Royal Gardens has got flyers out the what. Going to have to be conscious of them. Let's see. I mean, what do we even want to do? Oh, crap. My key bindings got changed again. That is so weird that keeps happening just from logging in and out. Where are we at here? I am a creature of habit. I must have my key bindings the way I want it. Alright, let's see. Well, I mean, the armor doesn't matter. All you have to do is use a set there, Tiger. So what armor piece you use doesn't really matter. It's just always use sets. But it's very easy to understand. Whatever you want that hero to be focused on, that's the stat you go into. So you don't want to hybrid anything. You want to make sure that the hero is always built for a specific task. Oops. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Here, I almost want to come back with it further, but I think we'll just do the usual here. Yeah, it's exactly. It takes the... Well, I mean, the whole purpose of the game is to recreate the DD1 experience. So, as far as stats go and building a specific hero, it's identical to DD1. Alright, let's see, I got 290 left. Let's just start off with an electric aura at every lane. Like I said, I want this build to be very aura-centric, very aura-focused. You guys know I love my monkaliciousness, and I don't even know, this is a first time build. This is not something I've done before, so. Although I do intend to go in the full clear to wave 25, you never know. This may end up being a train wreck. We'll have to find out. Let's see, 140 left, so I can do an aura at each lane. I'll just have to manually kill anything else. Let's see. Looking good. Let's get aura set up here, maybe. It's a little... I wish I could go a little bit further forward, but I want to make sure the wall is covered still. Is the wall covered there? Just barely, but I'll take it. That will work. Alright, so that'll get me through wave 1 here anyway. All Dungeon Defenders games start off with the same 4 heroes, Birdman. Every one of them. So it's Squire, Monk, Huntress, and Apprentice on every Dungeon Defenders game. That's how it starts. And then we'll get new heroes down the road. My Apprentice is 6 to 5 power to rate. So I got 600-ish power, 500-ish rate, basically. Alright. Let's throw in a Strength Drain. Am I going to have enough to do? I'm not going to have enough to build everything. But like I said, I mean, we do have flyers on this map, which we're going to have to deal with, but I do want this to be extremely aura-centric. So we're going to have aura stacks like a mofo here. I'm even going to go in rages, I believe. DD2 is not cross-platform. No Dungeon Defenders game is cross-platform. This game they hope to make cross-platform down the road, but it's not going to be cross-platform at launch. Let's see. Let's make the enrage a little bit smaller. We'll go like right there. Oh, I didn't place it. God dang it. But DD1 or DD2 is development is completed. So why is that not placing? Like I'm hitting the button. Let me get rid of that. There we go. I guess I was moving too quick. Well, in insane mode, you can pretty much get away with using just about anything, Emil. There's no required must do this. Even before, with the darkness traps being all ridiculously broken. Darkness traps are still good. They're just not what they were because of the ogres. But, I mean, they still handle all the other mobs, no problem. So, I mean, if you're playing on a DPS hero, go with darkness traps all day. There's no change except for the ogres. No, there's no cross-platform, Emil. Zero. No Dungeon Defenders game has cross-platform. This game we're hoping gets cross-platform, but no existing Dungeon Defenders game has cross-platform. What's going on there, Phil? How you doing? Let's see. Alright, so I got full aura stacks everywhere. Only 34 DU left. Holy crap. This is awful. That is way too low. I'm not going to have enough stopping power. Wow. That's expensive, huh? Well, I can save some DU on some of these easier lanes by going with a gas trap instead of the enrage. What's going on, Theta? Well, if you do Ancient Power reset, your progress gets reset, Ghoul Gang, so you have to do them all again. So you have to do all of Prime 6, not just like one map or whatever. Actually, enrage auras are ridiculously powerful. I'm surprised more people aren't using them, to be honest. It's way stronger than just about anything else in the game. It's the darkness trap equivalent. It's that good. Enrages are ridiculous. I guess we'll just leave an enrage down at the bottom then. That leaves me 42. That's still not very good. What do I want to do here for flyers? You know what? Let's try some poons and see if that's enough to hold up. We'll do double coverage here. Yep, trapped under the poon. Gotta take a trip through the Royal Gardens there, Phil. It's, you know, it's early morning time for me. This is actually the earliest I've straight up streamed from just waking up in a long, long time. Like, I literally just woke up like 15 minutes ago. Alright, that leaves me 6. I got no ogre stoppers. Here we go. We can throw some... Do we want explosives or do we want thunder strikes? Well, thunder strikes will be better for the ogres, but I am going to play a DPS character, though. So let's go with explosives instead. Alright, there we go. We spent it all. This side, I'm not super confident, to be honest with you here. This does not feel strong. Nightmare comes out at the end of this month, Ray. Mark, what's up, man? If I had any... Now, Royal Gardens looks great, but you guys know I'm always going to bitch. Sorry, Mark, Phil, but I'm always going to complain about something. Here's my complaint on Royal Gardens. The greens blend together too much. Like, I think the map looks amazing, but I think the bushes, the shrubs are too green. I mean, when you get up close to them and look, they've got a wonderful little leaf, like, blowing in the wind animation going on. And you completely lose that from just, like, not even that far away. Like, right here, it's gone. I think that there's not enough contrast in the bushes. The shrubberies! I demand a shrubbery. Yes, indeed. I don't know what to tell you there, then, Ghoul Gang. You know, it must be a bug. If you completed them both, and you know you completed them, and you've done all of Prime 6, and you didn't get the Hyper Shard, then that's not working as intended. What's the best tip I can do? Use crowd control. Same as every tower defense game. If you're struggling, use crowd control. Gas traps and enrage auras are incredible. Ensnare auras feel a little underwhelming. But if you can slow the enemies down, you're going to give your towers, you know, multiple chances to hit them versus what they would have before. What's going on there, Anthony? Welcome. Yeah, getting a little early start today. I've got some stuff I need to do today from 2 to 4. But I do plan on being live back at 4 Pacific time as well. I'm curious about these harpoons, if they're going to hold off these flyers. Mainly over here, really. Having 2 of them. Because if this lane gets heavy and there's flyers coming in, these may end up being distracted. A little worried about that. Oh, we're all excited about Nightmare, listen, there's no doubt. Well, I mean, I talk to them all the time, they're fleeks, but I don't know what you mean by reached out to me. They don't hook me up in any way, shape, or form, if that's what you're asking. They need to adopt a streamer partner program like Warframe has. Warframe's got a great program, y'all. Sadly, not the case with Chromatic and Trendy before that. But, I mean, I've got a good relationship with all of them. But there's no... I stream Dungeon Defenders for you all, not for them. They don't give me anything. You all give me something. You come and watch my terrible gameplay. So I don't do it for them. Well, I mean, I'm not a game developer, Fleeks. I'm just some noisy guy that plays the game. So, no, I mean, they would be silly to come for me for development advice. I'm not a game developer. I got no clue what the hell they're doing. Those guys are all rocket scientists compared to me. Phil's side project, build rocket from home. Well, I mean, they listen to all of the community. There's nothing special about me saying I think the game needs something versus somebody else. I mean, they do listen to the community, and I'm part of the community, so, I mean, in that regard, but... That's right. Phil, rocket scientist. I actually just toned these down there, Herobrine. They used to be much fatter. They lost a meter. I trimmed a meter off the edges because I felt like I was losing out a little bit on power. They do pretty good, though. This flyer lane I'm not overly concerned with. I think these will handle that flyer lane no problem. Oh, I don't know, Anthony. This is the first time trying this build. We'll find out. This is an experiment. This is not OP build, copy this please. This is, will this work? One of those situations. I just woke up. I wanted to try slightly different, but I want to use more auras, you know? I love the monk, and I'm not using as many auras as I would like to be. So yeah, I don't know. I think this lane will be fine for flyers. The lane I'm worried about is this one, because you've got two flyer lanes, basically, and you've also got a ground lane. So, like, if flyers are coming from over here, and there's a bunch of mobs here on the ground, I think these harpoons are going to get sidetracked by the ground mobs and ignore those flyers. But, I mean, we're going to have to see, you know. Oh, I think that would be a very good thing there, Phil. There's no doubt. I mean, that would be an awesome thing. Get wrecked, Betties. Oh, if it was hardcore, I would pay more attention. Actually, on wave 5, I probably still wouldn't. Even if this was hardcore, I wouldn't worry about it. Hardcore doesn't mean the match is over if you die. Hardcore means you don't respawn until the start of the next wave. Hardcore's coming, though, y'all. Hardcore is coming. Get wrecked. Man, I really feel like I want something different down there, but I can't not have any power down here. Basically, the only heavy hitter I got down here is an explosive trap. So, I mean, I'm going to have to manually kill every single ogre. DD1's a great game. The genie doesn't suck. The genie's awesome. The problem is there's no character within other than for team composition, there's no character that you'd want to keep 100% uptime on your ability. The genie itself is OP. One shot and it brings your mana back to full with one shot. So, I mean, the genie itself is ridiculous. It's just the characters we have no hero that could benefit from having 100% uptime on an ability. the hero boost monk, but that's only going to matter in team composition, because if you're playing solo, you would be losing out overall from not having a cat, you know. I mean, the pets I'm pretty sure will be very similar to DD1 when it's all said and done. Yeah. Well, like the absolute bottom of the barrel on Nightmare, I doubt will be better than a super optimized high-end Insane piece. But every piece that you get from Insane right now will definitely be replaced on your first day when Nightmare comes out. There's no doubt at all. So, I mean, it's the natural progression, you know? You get the next difficulty, you replace all your gear with the new stuff. That's why, I mean, right now, play the game for fun. Don't play the game thinking that you're setting yourself up for something down the road, because you're just not. You know, just have a good time, you know? Play through it, enjoy. If you like farming, farm it up. If you like getting gold, farm up the gold. You know, just play for fun times. Yep, add more fortify. That's the only thing your walls need. There, more fortify. So like a Waller hero, you should never put a point into anything at all other than fortify. It's the only thing that matters. If you're trying to be a hybrid and go and do multiple things with the same hero, you're going to get hybrid results. So every hero should have a specific purpose. What do you mean, what should you use for it? I just told you. Put fortify on. That's the only thing that matters. So all of your stuff should have a high fortify stat. Yeah, fortify is a quality of life thing on the Huntress. It actually increases the duration, besides just the natural, the charges, it increases the duration of poison or of traps. So like anything that has a duration, poison, inferno, darkness, it's going to increase the duration of all those. Plus, it's going to give it more charges. What kind of news are you looking for? There was just an update yesterday, Linus. So, I mean, there may or may not be another update this week. I don't know. They haven't really teased much with that. But we just got an update yesterday with the new models. The Huntress looking all snazzy. She got a little sassy girl thing going to her now. And then the monk too. The monk's got a new model. So yeah, that stuff was just added yesterday. Looking good. Plus, if you noticed, I swapped between heroes while my inventory was open. What? Yep. And that was added in yesterday as well. How old is this game? This game has not been launched yet, Douglas. It's still in development. So it is 0. Can't even say about a month. Its game is not complete, still in development. So it is negative months old. We got another ogre somewhere, don't we? I'm going to turn the numbers off here. Make it a little easier to see everything. There he is. How do I feel about this game? I'm having a blast. Can't wait to see more. It's a new game in the Dungeon Defenders franchise. I wish that there wasn't so much from DD1. So many maps. I mean, I want new stuff, you know? I mean, I obviously, you guys know, I mean, I play a Dungeon Defenders game every single day. I have for every single day for the last, God, I don't even know how many years. Probably 7 years. Every single day I've played some Dungeon Defenders game. So, I mean, I love the game, and I love going back and reminiscing about these old maps and everything else. But it's, I mean, this is Drakenfrost Keep. This is Royal Gardens from DD1. This is Drakenfrost Keep from DD2. And now it's Royal Gardens and DDA. I mean, I want new maps. You know, me personally. I like the old maps, but I've done the old maps. I want new stuff, you know. That's the only negative, I think, about the game, is I think it has entirely too much revisited maps. But besides that, I mean, I'm absolutely having a blast, enjoying every second of it. What's going on, Miracle Star? They should add Ogre notification. Agreed. They should. A big old pop-up on the screen. Yo, about to get your ass kicked. I'm curious to see what other heroes they bring too. They teased that Riftwalker hero during the Kickstarter. I don't really have a favorite. I love them all. There, Douglas. Love DD1, love DD2. I can tell you my least favorite game, my least favorite Dungeon Defenders game out of the franchise was Dungeon Defenders Eternity. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's like, I mean, I understand everybody wants to play the old maps, but how many times are we going to do Glitterhelm? We did it in DD1, we did it in DDE, we did it in DD2. Get rid of Glitterhelm, in my opinion. I mean, I know people want to see the old maps, but for people who have been playing Dungeon Defenders games this entire years, it's like sick of seeing the same stuff over and over, you know? I mean, how many times do we really need to beat Glitterhelm? Can we have something different, please? That's my only negative, really. Yeah, it's in DD2. 25% of all the maps in DD2 are remakes from DD1. Glitterhelm is the Buried Bastille map. I mean, everybody wants Glitterhelm. And I understand that, you know, and that's why there's so many returning maps, is because you're not alone. Everybody wants those maps. But it would feel more like a new game if it wasn't so many of the old maps. And that's like, it's hard to even really argue with the critics about the game. I mean, the majority of the critics about the game are pissed off because it's not DD1 or it's not DD2. You know, they wanted an exact duplicate of. But like, a lot of the critics look at this and say it's just a DD1 remake because all they see is DD1 stuff. You know, they don't see the new things. I mean, there are new maps in this game, but there's a crap ton from DD1, you know? And so it's hard to even argue with them when I'm sitting here streaming a DD1 map that was also in DD2, and now it's in DDA. I mean, maps and heroes, I understand starting with the original 4, that's the story, right? The story is based around the OG 4. So, always got to start the game with the original 4, but I would love to see lots of new maps, lots of new heroes. I mean, then it will feel like a new game to me. If there's new things, it'll be a new game. If there's not new things, it doesn't feel as much like a new game. So you guys got me all worked up now over these damn maps. I'm still playing it, and I'm still smiling when I do it. So, I mean, I do enjoy what's here, but I do wish there was more new, you know? It's too early in the morning for me to get worked up into a rampage about stupid shit, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Too dang early. I couldn't decide. I was going to do a Tower Defense Tuesday video today, and I just couldn't decide which game to do, and it was, you know, I mean, I still haven't even finished my first coffee of the day, and y'all know how that goes. It takes, I mean, I require like at least 8 shots of espresso before I can get kicking, and I got a quad espresso going right in front of me right now. So, I mean, I need this one plus 4 more before I can do anything actually creative. Or look at a new game. I'm a little worried about this one. Part of me wishes I would have kept the Enragers in. Well, you just don't want to. I mean, first off, you're limiting your fun. By restricting yourself to one character, you're making it very not fun. But plus, you're just hurting yourself. I mean, yeah, could you do a Squire only? Probably. But why would you? I mean, it's a... You know, using defenses to work together with each other is the fun part of the game. Spamming one thing around the map is very unfun. In my opinion. I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. You're gonna struggle. Because you're nerfing yourself, you know? I actually did Theoden, but then I got multiple others. I want to do that Risen Kingdom, but I think that game is... I actually installed it this morning and was ready to go. I was going to start recording it. But I think that game deserves more than a first look type video. It looks like it's going to be super fun. And I think I need to actually play it for a minute and learn some of the base mechanics of the game before I do it. So, I mean, it does look super fun. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Kingdom Rush meets They Are Billions. That's completely what it reminds me of. So yeah, I mean, I may end up doing like a separate Let's Play series on that game, because it does look super fun, you know? Let's see, I wish I had more power down here. Just let it fly. The thing in DDA is you've got a hero deck, so I mean you can level 4 characters at a time. So it's in your best interest to have 4 characters in your deck, and if you're going to be in your deck, you might as well use them, right? I mean, you can't swap out through your deck during combat phase, but like during build phase, you can have 4 builders there ready to go, you know? Those flyers look like they're not going to be an issue at all. And I haven't had any problems on this lane yet, but it's still way early. It's only wave 10. What's going on there, Random Rumbus? How you doing? I love the mobility from the Huntress here. You know, I completely came into early access expecting to play the Apprentice as my main DPS character, and I've had so much fun on the Huntress that without a doubt the Huntress is going to be my girl. I mean, she's just really fun to play. All you baddies need to die. See, if I would have put these up on the bushes, they would hit those lanes, those mobs up top too. But at the same note, I don't want them to get sidetracked. I want them to always be there for the flyers when they come in. I mean, they're still hitting them at some points, but and I wanted the harpoons to be in a straight line, because if you see the flyers coming down, they're basically in a line. So as the harpoon pierces, it's got a chance to hit the one behind it. Let's watch here. See, yeah, they're in a straight line, so it's hitting all the flyers. Yeah, so that's definitely the way you would want to go for the flyers there. I didn't reassign abilities, but I did change my key bindings. I'm very stuck in my ways. Most of you guys know I worked in a casino for a very long time. I have literally dealt, I don't even know a number. I would guess trillions of cards. I have dealt trillions of cards to people in my life. And both of my wrists are completely shot. I've had surgery on both of them. So, and I spend long hours gaming. So I tried to minimize the impact on my wrists. And I use one of those Razer Naga mouses with all the side mouse buttons. And I kind of, over the years, I've become completely dependent on using those. So I just like everything assigned to a number, that way I can use those side mouse buttons more easily. What's going on there, Stian? How you doing? The ensnares are taking quite a bit. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing, man? Welcome. See ya, Mr. Oka. Oop, there we go. I was shooting into the air. We're still wrecking his flyers pretty quick, but it's only wave 11. So far, so good. What I'm worried about is the higher waves and not having any real power. I mean, I got no power on these side lanes. Any ogre that comes in, I have to kill. That's just how it is. At least these have the flyers, so it's got the poons over there. But there's literally just no power at all. I really like tower defense games. Austin, thank you so much for subscribing. I've always kind of been a tower defense game fan, and I got hooked on the action defense genre from playing Orcs Must Die. And then I had a friend from Orcs Must Die that told me, hey, you need to check out this Dungeon Defenders game. And, you know, after checking it out and playing it a little bit, here we are, 10 years later and completely addicted. It's like the crack cocaine, y'all. It's hard to stop playing once you get going. What's going on there, Lopal? How you doing? It's definitely a very, very addicting, not just addicting game, but just an addicting genre. It's different. And I mean, to me personally, it's just, I love this genre. It's not going good, Cole. The coronavirus thing kind of smacked everything down. The problem is that the house that needs to be sold is in Mexico. And right now people are not traveling to Mexico from the US. It's down in Cabo. So basically somebody from San Diego is going to buy it. Because Cabo is like southern San Diego. Like so many of the people that go down to Cabo are San Diego. I don't know. The wife is pretty pissed about it because she's ready to move, but she is actually kind of, I think, realized that realistically it might not even happen this year now. And it was supposed to happen last year. We were supposed to move. So for me personally now, I am praying for either Elon Musk's low orbiting satellite thing to get going, or for 5G to get a little better coverage. That way I can get better internet, because I live in an old logging town and it's got a crap infrastructure. So it's all unbonded networks. So like my download speed is like 150 megs, more than sufficient. But my upload speed is awful. And that's why I have to stream at 720. And I've got the best internet service available in the area. So yeah, I mean, I'm to that point. I just read that last. See, the deal with the Elon Musk satellites is every SpaceX launch they have, they're dumping 60 satellites, and it's going to require like 600 satellites just to get the coverage, the base coverage that they're looking for. And then eventually they want to have 12,000. And like their last launch, their rocket that's up there floating around right now had 60 satellites to dump for the internet, and it had to abort the mission, so it wasn't able to get those satellites out. And it sucks because it's really close. You know, like they've already had like 4 or 5 successful launches, each one dumping 60 satellites, you know. But if the second that internet service becomes available, and I live in I live in the Pacific Northwest up in Washington, and they said that the coverage would be for northern areas of North America first. So I should be able to get the first coverage, but the second that happens, I instantly bump from 720p 30 to 1080p 60 as far as live streaming goes. And that's a big deal, you know? That's definitely a big deal. So, I mean, that's why I like to focus... Well, I try to focus more on edited content now, because I can record high-quality content and upload it. I just can't live stream at high-quality video. Where you at, Ogles? They're already dead for this wave, huh? I feel like I need to get these electrics all the way jacked up here pretty quickly. Oh no. I mean, I would love for there to be a different answer, you know, for my internet woes, but realism is I live in an old logging town, you know, and they have no intention of replacing their local infrastructure. You know what, let's just get this one all the way up. That electric anyway. And then we need this one. Not enough to get it all the way. And that one's full up already. This one over here still needs love too, though. Let's hit this one first. Wave 13 and not really pushed anywhere yet, so that's positive, but it's only wave 13. Comes some ogreliciousness. Get wrecked. I'm gonna, well, I plan on streaming later today, but I do kind of really want to get that Risen Kingdom started. The game looks super fun. It really does. Like I said, it looks like Kingdom Rush. In fact, I would, if just by looking at it, I would guess that it might even be the same artists as Kingdom Rush. It looks that similar of an art style. But then it's got like a They Are Billions kind of vibe going to it. It's every night that the mobs come in. But yeah, anyway, it looks cool as hell. It definitely looks like it's worth a play. And then at the same time, I'm right in the middle of Diablo Season 20. Ah. It's called Risen Kingdom Town. It just released not too long ago. It looks super fun. Like I said, it's got a little bit of that city builder thing going on, but then a tower defense aspect with the waves of enemies coming in. Well, the latency, the fix for the latency is the low orbiting satellites, Maledictum. Current satellites, you know, their little commercials on the TV might say high-speed internet access. But when your top speed is 25 megs, that is not high speed in today's day and age. That is junk. You know. I mean, my crappy internet goes, I can download at 150. But the problem with satellite now is not just the latency, but their upload speeds are really, really bad. Now, they're like a bazillion miles away, too, so they do have that big latency problem. The ones that SpaceX are working on are low orbiting satellites, so they'll like be barely out of the atmosphere. In fact, they say that they're so low in the atmosphere that when they burn out, like they have a life expectancy. They're not just floating around; they're actually powered or whatever. But when they burn out, they'll just fall into the atmosphere and burn up. So that's one of their selling points versus the space trash thing, because people are concerned. Well, I mean on Steam, but Steam will gate you, is the thing. When you're downloading on Steam, you're not downloading at your full potential. When you're downloading on any game launcher, you're not downloading at your full potential. They've got their own, you know, you got to remember there's so many users downloading on Steam at the same time, so they're only going to give you so much. I actually usually downloaded about 3 to 4 megs on Steam normally. Sometimes it'll spike up. I guess it probably depends on the time of day and how much traffic they got. Diablo 4 is going to be awesome. I hope it's going to be awesome. I mean, Blizzard's doing so many wrong things right now. I'm still optimistic. But how on earth you can have that many millions of dollars to dump into your games and still end up having train wrecks? I just don't get it. So, I mean, Blizzard is doing lots of wrong these days, too. So I'm hoping that they can put out a quality product. I think so far from what we've seen, I think it looks good. You know, I'll definitely be very excited to play it on day one. There's no doubt. This is Dungeon Defenders Awakened there, JRW. It's the new game in development. Warcraft 3, though, man, that Warcraft 3, boy, they turned that into an atrocity, didn't they? Just crazy what they did to that. Yeah, it'll get more heroes. Just like all Dungeon Defenders games, it launches with the original 4. So every Dungeon Defenders game will launch with Squire, Huntress, Monk, Apprentice. And then the heroes will be built upon from there. I'm excited to see what they put out. I'm hoping we get a decent amount of heroes for it. I think we will. I mean, we'll have to see. You know, we'll have to see how it turns out. But I think that there will be lots of heroes. I don't see why they wouldn't want to put more heroes in, you know? It's easy to make new heroes, right, Mark and Phil? You just press the Create New Hero button, and boom, you got a new hero. It's, you know, it's easy peasy. Requires no development time. Oh yeah, I got a pet. Good call there, on board. I didn't think. Wasn't thinking about the pet. Come to me. Come to me, little fairy. Not a very good roll on that one. Alright, I think we got all our air fully up now. Are these full up? These are doing good anyway, so I'm not overly concerned, but I'll go ahead and pop one more upgrade onto each of them. So far, so good. Wave 15. I mean, it's confirmed to work for a pet build anyway, to get yourself to the pet. Still to be determined whether or not this is going to go to wave 25, though. We'll have to see. Auras have not gotten... a lot of people are hating on Auras right now, and they are really, really good. They're just not a Flame Aura. You know, people want them to hit as hard as a Flame Aura does, and that's, you know, you have to realize something that hits so many times more per second is just not going to be as strong as something that's going out 1 or 2. The Fairy is a healer, so like she'd be good on playing a tank. The thing right now is the reason pets are so meta right now, just to use 1 or 2 pets, is because the content. You know, all we've got is Insane Mode, so there's just not much required to beat it. Once we get to higher difficulties, I think the other pets will become much more useful. Because you're going to want to try different things. Farming, the best thing possible to farm there on fun. I'm farming fun, man. Like I said, I wanted to try a Aura focused build. It ended up losing some of its aura focus with the traps in the mix, but, you know, you only got so much DU. I didn't try out the Call of Duty. I've got too many hours, or too many games and not enough hours right now is the problem. I've got a bunch of good drafts, but they're still not, none of them are as good as the rocks at this point. I mean, I put some pretty massive heavy-duty time into rock farming. You know, I know everybody's time that they have for gaming is different. And not everybody has the amount of time to sink into a game that I have. But when I see somebody complain because they did a map 10 times and they don't have a good rock, I kind of chuckle a little. Because, I mean, I've literally done like 300 plus rock runs. I mean, probably close to the 200-hour mark on just rock runs to farm rock pets. So, I mean, I've got great rocks, but I got some heavy-duty time served in that regard, too. Well, the HUD's going to be getting changes all the way up to launch. Nothing you see in the game right now is final. Nothing at all. It's a game in development, you know? So, I mean, there will be changes to everything you see all the way up to launch. They actually been putting out a lot of stuff. I mean, they busting their ass. You can't say that they haven't been putting effort in. They've been, like, massive updates. And all this in the middle of half the development team getting sick. You know, you got the coronavirus crap going on. I mean, they've got a ton of stuff done in spite of all of the other issues going on in the world right now. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with... I mean, as a player, I'm very happy with their level of passion and dedication for the game, you know? They're doing the right things. They're busting their ass. And I can't ask for anything more than that, really. I mean, I could ask for, like a juice spraying flamethrower that coats enemies with acidic orange juice for acid damage. But, I mean, besides that, I can't really ask for much else. Well, I mean, the updates will probably be fewer and far between the closer the game gets to launch. But that's just a matter of them getting closer to a final product, you know? Right now, there's changes that happen every day. So, I mean, if it was up to Chromatic, they would probably have an update going every single day, if they could. But, you know, there's limited workforce. Yeah, I mean, why can the face melter not have a juice variety? You know, have it spray out some, like, seriously low pH orange juice that burns enemies. I mean, it sounds fair to me. It sounds very fair. Get it going, Mark. Phil, you guys can do it. If I could draw worth of shit, I'd even draw up some concept art for you. Sadly, my concept art would look like stick figures. I'm tempted, speaking of the face melter, I'm tempted to bust that out for the late waves. What's going on there, Cube? How you doing? Call it juice stick. I'm sure they're looking for some little better models that I'm capable of putting out. Oh, we have all been there, Random. We have all been there, that's for sure. Could ask for different colors on Royal Gardens. The only thing that really gets me about Royal Gardens is, like, I'll be grinding. I'll grind Summit. I'll grind Summit. I'll grind Summit. I'll get, like, several hours into Summit in the course of a day. And then I'll mix it up and jump into Royal Gardens. And it's like, oh my god, get your sunglasses. You know? Just not used to being outside. Thank you so much for subscribing there, Random. I appreciate it. Bust out the crayons and make it happen. You can do it, Mark. You can do it. I'm sure you can even draw better than I can, Mark. I can work wonders with Photoshop, but boy, if I gotta actually draw the images, oh man, it is not pretty. We need some more. We need some more teaser images from the art team there. Up on the Twitters there, Mark. I've been struggling for thumbnail material. I've been recording the fly-ins at the beginning of the maps, and then finding a frame I like and pausing it, and then taking like the hold space to skip and stuff and removing that. That's how I've gotten all of my thumbnail art here. And I'm not even going to tell you about the music. But I'm hoping that Afshin puts a soundtrack out. A good rock pet would be having all 4 builder stats over 100, or at least like 3 of the 4 over 100 would be considered pretty good. I mean, if you had all 4 builder stats at like 60 or 70, it would be definitely above average, though. But as far as a really good piece, you would want the ones over 100 with over 100 builder stats. Luckily, that flyer lane is not very heavy. It hasn't been a huge concern. I'm wondering, too, what if you walled it here? Right here at this entrance? And then you could put, like, the poons back here? There's nowhere to elevate them on, though, sadly. If the range was better, you could put them right here, but the range would be suspect. What's going on there? A little sweet, a little sweat. Oh, well, there you go. Consider yourself lucky then, Random. I mean, that's not like a super high-end pet, but that's a good rock pet. If you got it on your first run, then consider yourself very lucky. See. Just gonna let it fly and repair while we're going. I think I've got everything upgraded enough now, right? I mean, I could hit the walls. Never hurts to have fat walls. Not really worried about the gas traps. Oof, fail jump. Where the other one's at? No ogre up there. There he is. What up, dude? Another fatty over here. Looks like it. Well, I mean, the game's not launched yet, Michael. There hasn't been. I mean, they're still working on getting the basics of the game in place, so optimization will come throughout development, really. I mean, the higher survival waves. You know, I feel for them. I think that's going to be quite a task, getting high survival waves to run smoothly, particularly on like a Switch. Oh yeah. I mean, once the game is dialed in for the Switch, it'll run super smooth on every platform. If it's running good on the Switch, it's going to run amazing on the PlayStation and Xbox. That's just all there is to it. You know, I mean, hardware is hardware, right? But there's no doubt in my mind there. If they can get the Switch version really dialed in, every platform should have wonderful performance. No question at all. Any more? Doesn't look like it. No more ogres. It's doing good. I mean, we're getting to the point where mobs are living for a little bit long in these Zaras, but doing pretty good, really. You know, I didn't think about it. I could have put the gas trap up here on this bush right here. And then I think it may have a easier time hitting flyers. Because it does, you know, traps will CC up flyers as well. Doing a good job holding the pack over here. I mean, you can see the second the gas trap goes on cooldown. Like it's a mad rush to the wall. Like just happened right here. I think there's going to be some kind of Easter egg in there with that chicken. There, random. Yeah, see, now we're to a point where mobs aren't dying fast enough. They're living through the cycle of the gas trap. And then all the mobs that are alive, when the gas trap goes on cooldown, it's just a mad rush to the walls. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful of that here on these late waves. jump on the candle below the sign and you can melee the sign and get it swinging? Oh yeah. There's all kinds of physics going on in the tavern. No doubt. Alright, how are the walls? We're all fat. How about here? Yeah, it's fat. That one looks fat. I think we good. We good on walls everywhere now. Right? Yep. So now I just gotta make sure they don't die. The hard part. I put these poons a little close to the core too, which was not really thinking. Because if any Delphs aggro to it, they're gonna cleave the core. Depending on the map and the build, like you can get some survival maps done as quick as an hour. Some will take as quick as like 90 minutes. See, the thing is they've yet to confirm a start from wave feature like DD1. And it really, in my opinion, needs to be a thing. I mean, sometimes people don't have 2 hours, you know? But they've yet to even confirm that that's been going to be a feature yet, which, like I said, and it's just not an option. It has to be a feature, in my opinion. Yep. We had to ignore the ogre and still made it. Wow. That's pretty good. Let's see. Here's where the gas trap is getting hammered. Or the wall is getting hammered once the gas trap fails. A nice pack over there too, but they got the ballista or the harpoons as backup. I mean, thinking about it, really, you could even wall it right here, and then go with harpoons back over here, and that would hit the flyers as well. I have to play around with some different builds on this map. This is a really good starter map for anyone wanting to break into the higher end of Insane. How many hours do I have? Let's see. According to the Steam overlay, 477. But that includes the beta as well. I want to say, close to 200 hours on the beta. So I'm probably coming up on like the 300-hour mark for early access. What's going on there, Muffin? How you doing, man? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Well, I mean, I don't really have any DPS heroes, per se, that are completely dialed in, but my highest would be on the Hero Boost Monk. Like around 2 mil. But I don't have any DPS heroes fully optimized. There's just no reason for it in this insane mode. You don't even need any DPS heroes in insane mode. You can go with just your builders. You know, we don't have the difficulty. We don't have any of the bosses yet. I mean, once we get the bosses in, then a DPS hero is something you're going to want. But I mean, having a dedicated DPS hero is definitely an option right now. I mean, we just don't have the difficulty that requires it, you know? Nightmare, different story. Assuming, anyway. We'll have to see. But yeah, I've definitely been way more focused on getting my builders completely dialed in. I'm looking forward to it too, Daniel. I got my Switch right over there and I never use it. I tried playing, what was that game? Is Thaden still here? Thaden knows what it's called. There's a game I tried to play on the Switch, and I'll be honest, I only played it in handheld mode, and that particular game I just couldn't get into it in handheld mode. Hypercharge Unboxed, I think is what it was called. It looks like a super fun game. I didn't give it a fair chance, but I played it on handheld mode while my wife was watching a show. What your requires fortify? I'm not really sure what you're asking there, Bob. I mean, I've got fortify is the main stat for any waller. Fortify is a huge quality of life thing for traps and auras. The apprentice builder, not the waller, and the squire builder, not the waller, I just completely ignore fortify. Oh, what's my squire's fortify? Is like 1,000 and change. I mean, the only difference is you would have to come repair the walls, you know, where I'm only having to do them once a wave, really. If you have low fort, then you're going to have to come and repair the walls through the whole map. DPS and repair as you're running. A lot of people get it stuck in their head that you must have this stat or you can't do this build. That's not how the game works. You must have a certain level to fully AFK a build, but you're going to be able to take literally anyone's AFK build and use it with super low stats as long as you're willing to participate in DPS and repair, you know? I mean, that's what the active waves are all about, really. I'm just not having to do it because my fort's all jacked up. I think if I played that Hypercharge Unboxed game on the docked mode and played it on my computer or on the TV, I think I would like it more. But that particular game, just to me, it didn't really work in handheld mode very well. It wasn't very comfortable, like you were squinting to see stuff the whole time. Yeah, Nightmare's supposed to be here this month, Tom. By the end of the month. They haven't said anything to refute that. So still assuming it's going to be here at the end of the month. Well, I mean, you got to remember, the first Nightmare map you run, you're going to end up getting huge upgrades over what you already have. But I think like having 400 to 500 main stat and then 300 to 400 secondary stat on your builders is way more than enough to get Nightmare started. I mean, you gotta remember, just like Insane mode, Nightmare will have easier maps and harder maps, you know? So, of course, you're not going to start off on the hardest map. You're going to start off on the easy maps. It's all on the roadmap. I think I've got it here. Let me see. Can I ignore the rest of this wave? Looks like I can. Let me see. Is this it? No, that's my paintball gun I was crying about. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. So, what? March, we're getting the Demon Lord, Magus Quarters, Hardcore Mode, Nightmare Difficulty, Act 1 Challenge Maps. April, we'll get the Goblin Mech, Act 2 Challenge Maps, Pure Strategy Mode. I'm looking forward to that, too. And then Massacre Difficulty is not going to come until launch. Till the game launches. I'm really looking forward to Pure Strategy. I'm super hopeful that they actually put some decent gear on it, or decent XP or gold or something, to make it worth doing. Where in DD1 it wasn't really worth doing. I mean, it was worth doing for the achievement, but once you did it once, it wasn't really rewarding enough to continue to do. And I'm hoping that they make it rewarding. I mean, Pure Strategy. It's all about the tower defense in the build, right? Woo! I guess I shouldn't have went AFK. Almost lost that one. It's all about the tower defense in the build, so there should be, you know, something builder-related from it, maybe. From Pure Strategy. Wow, man. Let me just jack these gas traps up, too. I'm going to have to watch that wall. No derping around mid-wave. Everything else looks good enough to survive the wave, I think. I mean, in theory, it should, right? If you match the game mode with the reward. I'm curious of that too, Thaden. How it's gonna look in handheld mode. I mean, I'm sure on like the docked mode, when you're playing on your TV, it'll look great. But I'm curious with handheld mode. They're going to have to do something about the tooltips. I mean, if you sized it equally and looked at it, you would be major squinting on handheld mode. How much damage do my electric arrows do? I don't know. No clue. Let's see. They're hitting for 2,000 a pop. Looks like. Where'd they go? Yeah, 2,000 damage, 7,000 DPS. Fully upgraded. Well, I mean, I've got few hundred hours in, you know. A lot of people aren't focusing on their auras, and I'm a big monk fanboy, so I focus the crap out of them. I love auras. If you're only using strength drain auras, you're still going to get, well, you're supposed to get a benefit from power. Well, I don't even know supposed to. In DD1 you did. You got more of a strength drain for more power. But in the current state of the game, on strength drains, you could go with just range and health and ignore everything else. Same for enrage and same for, well, the ensnares are just junky right now. They don't ensnare worth a crap. Healing aura. The healing auras I just never used in DD1. I can't imagine I'm going to use them in DDA. For boss fights, maybe. If there's like a boss rush type mode, it wouldn't. That's the only time in DD1 I ever used them. Is on like the boss rushes. Just provides too little of a benefit for the DU, in my opinion. And rage auras are incredibly good, Tyler. Well, I mean, if you don't have any power onto them, they're gonna heal like crap. But then again, it's only insane mode. If you're needing to be healed actively during a wave, ooh, that guy was close. If you're needing to be healed actively during a wave, it's probably, you might want to relook at your build. It's, we just don't have anything that would require having any sort of healing at all. Wow, do I need to start watching the flyers now, or was that just a little sneaky one? Wave 24, I'm surprised, actually. The only damage I've got on these lanes are electric auras. There is 0 damage here. Well, I mean, the spike blockade does a little bit, but not much. The spike blockade's done 2.1 million throughout the match, and the electric aura has done 72. I like the new Huntress look there, Kurd. The Monk, I got mixed emotions on. I think the Monk looks better than it did. But, like, the Huntress, I think looks good. The Monk, I think, looks better. But it's still, I don't know, not spectacular, in my opinion. Well, yeah, there's some harpoon action when the mobs get stunned. Like right here, the harpoons have line of sight on the stuff. So there is some harpoon action there, too. Very true, very true. Better pay attention here these last couple waves. Are they going to nerf flame burst towers? I mean, I don't know. I don't think they should, but they might. The thing is you should compare a tower to how it was with the same stats in Dungeon Defenders 1. Since so much of the game's balance is being taken from Dungeon Defenders 1, so if you put the exact same stats on that tower in Dungeon Defenders 1, does it do the same thing? If it doesn't do as much, then that tower should get buffed. If it does more, then that tower should get nerfed. I mean, if they're going to take the balance from DD1, you have to take it both ways. Nerfs and buffs. So you would have to look at that. I mean, maybe I'll go through all the towers at some point. That'll take a bunch of time. But maybe I'll do that at some point and get some real number comparisons. But if it's not putting out as like the thing just glaring at me would be LTs. Lightning towers are complete dumpster fire trash compared to DD1. Like, you can't even call them the same thing. I mean, they're just bad compared to DD1. So those need a significant change. They're going to be completely unused right now unless they get a buff. They're just trash. You see AFK hacks, how you figure? If I had me some AFK hacks, Danny, my walls wouldn't be getting chewed on so damn hard. If I got some AFK hacks going on, let me know about it. The prop cat comes from Alchemical Labs. Let me know what it is, Danny, so I can use it more often, because I'm about to lose this wall over here. Pixels looked hacked. Hacky Pixels. I can create a second YouTube channel, call it Hacky Pixels, and I'll only show off Dungeon Defenders related hacks. And then see if I can make it a full day without getting banned. Banned from all Dungeon Defenders games. That would suck. Every time I see a Whack-A-Mole versus Ice, I'm pretty sure Ice would probably win. Dude swings his band hammer really, really hard. I was so proud when I got Ice's band hammer in the last CDT update, the DD1. It's like, yes, they put Ice's band hammer in the game. Well, shit, y'all. We all wave 25. These R's are doing good. Now, are you going to be able to pop into this and do this build your first time trying the map? Nope. You're going to have to use a smarter build. But for all of the Aura haters out there that are saying Electric Aura sucks, they are clearing content, y'all. Clearing content. Electric Auras do not suck. They're just not what you want them to be. I mean, we all want them to be better, but they definitely do not suck. Getting more happiness and sadness is getting nerfed. Perfect. Let me tell you, Danny, lightning towers are very sad. Lightning towers need a sadness nerf. They are incredibly sad. What's going on there, Narwhals? Where you at, Ogaliciousness? They look happy to you? No, they are very sad. They told me firsthand. Lightning Tower said, I am sad. I tried doing a Lightning Tower build for memes the other day. I can't remember if it was on YouTube or on Twitch. I was trying to do a rock run with Lightning Towers. And it was so unbelievably sad. I ended up switching to build mid-match. Well, thanks there, Narwhals. Appreciate it. Glad they helped you out. I'm not gonna let this wall go down this time. Get it all fat. Fatty, fat. Yeah, you guys see that big old fight going on out there? That would be Enrage Auras, y'all. Enrage Auras are great. They're just expensive. Well, I mean, can't really answer that until the game launches, Narwhal. Right now, the game is still in development, so we don't know what the finished product's going to be. Well, like I showed a minute ago, I've got 478 hours of enjoyment out of the game now. So that's what's 40 divided by 478? Y'all, anybody got a calculator handy? How is the game? It's fun. It's early. You know, all the content's not here, all the systems aren't here. But it's super fun. No, I mean, what is it divided by 40 as far as the dollar per hour of entertainment? What's my dollar per hour at, y'all? 88 cents? It can't be 8 cents. It's got to be higher than that, right? Or is that it? Jeez. Alright, let's see the giraffe here. I got a poo-poo giraffe. Wow. So 8 cents per hour? Is that really right? That seems really, really low. Or, I mean, really high on enjoyment, really low on how much it cost me to play the game. Holy crap. Wow, that's really 8 cents an hour. Holy shit. So yeah, anyone who says 8 cents an hour of entertainment is incredibly good. Can I help you in DD2? Yes. Do exclamation basics in chat. Do exclamation builds in chat. And that will basically teach you the entire game of Dungeon Defenders 2. There will be nothing you don't know. There are narwhals. So exclamation basics and exclamation builds. Type them in chat. And you will know everything there is to know about Dungeon Defenders 2. Oh, we're done. What am I doing? I'm trying there, Magix. I'm trying to play a game too. I'm not answering you. So yes, I will answer the question for the 647th time this stream. Sorry for not answering you specifically. Quarter 2 on Switch and PC. Quarter 3 on PlayStation and Xbox. It's there, y'all. It's coming. But it's not here yet. Game's still in development. You know, still under development. So everybody needs to take that into consideration. You know, all of the people out there, game not worth, game not worth. You're not buying what we're currently playing. It's not your bad at all, Magic. I'm just being a smartass. Don't you sweat it for a second, dude. Anyway, what you're buying is you're pre-ordering the game. You're not buying early access. You're not going to be charged again when the game comes out. You're buying what the game will be. So just like any other game out there that you pre-order, if you don't like to pre-order games, then don't pre-order it. Just don't do it. If you're a person that doesn't pre-order games, because that's what you're doing. You're pre-ordering the game, but you're getting the opportunity to play it through development right now. So, what the heck? It took us to the promenade. I want to go out and look at the loot. Anyway, so it's really up to you. I mean, for me personally, I'm a massive, massive Dungeon Defenders fan. You guys already know that. So, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. $40 is nothing compared to the thousands of hours I'm going to get out of the game. I'm not sure, Phils. I mean, if you look at DD1, most of the challenge mode or maps, I think, were 5 waves, weren't they? I'm not sure, you know? Alright, let's take a look at the loot. I tell you what, I will give this feedback on the new... This is the newest version of the inventory UI. So if anyone from Chromatic is still watching, I liked having the drop-down box where I could click the thing. I don't like cycling through everything. I do like having the reverse sort. I love all that, but I wish this box popped up and I didn't have to click through all the stuff, you know? Like, I want item power, because I want to see what the highest item power piece I got from that map was. So the highest piece that's unlocked will be the highest piece I got from that map, basically. Wow, it's not looking good. Holy crap. That can't be. Oh my god, is my loot filter not set? My loot filter's not set. I auto-sold every item I just got. I was like, how is there nothing here this good? Always check your loot filter, y'all, after every update. Lesson learned right here, live on stream. That is not the first time. I'll be honest, that's not the first time. Anyway, what I did earn was some gold, so thank you, gold. We'll take golds. So that map is actually a really good end game starter map. You're gonna get lots of items that are gonna be 800 item power plus. There's gonna be lots of that stuff dropping. So if you're just breaking into the end game of Insane, just getting into the higher tier, the Act 3 Insane maps, that's a really good map to do. It's, you know, as you see, just aura spam with a few harps for flyers got the job done right there for me. So, I mean, it doesn't take, you know, it doesn't take Phil the Rocket Scientist to beat that map. And it's a great starter map for the Act 3 Insane stuff. Anyway, y'all, I have got an appointment that I've got to be at from 2 till 4 p.m. So I am going to hop off here. However, I will be live at 4 p.m. over on the Twitches. Yeah, it gives insane gold, Daniel. Insane gold. But anyway, thank you all so much for swinging by. I think I'm going to start a new side series on that little Risen Kingdom game. It looks super fun. I'm anxious to try it out. But, yeah, anyway, I've got stuff I've got to do from 2 till 4. But I will be back. It's not really my thing, Narwhales. I don't even know you. Asking somebody to give you a shout-out that... I mean, you could have porn on your channel for all I know. So, stick around a little, become a member of the community, and then I raid, I do shout-outs, I do all that stuff. But I'm not going to do it for somebody I don't know. So, sorry, man. Anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. Hopefully everybody's having a great week. And I'll be back in just a few hours over on the Twitches. So thanks a ton. We'll see y'all.